When you're growing a small business, one of the key things that you have to create and sustain is a dependable sales machine. And by dependable, I mean a sales machine that will deliver the levels of sales and the level of sales growth you need to keep your business moving forward. And yet when I talk to people about the idea of predictable sales, they look at me as though I'm mad, and they think of it largely as a kind of pipe dream, when in reality it's just a few simple steps away. So if you're responsible for a sales target, just stay with me for a couple of minutes while I take you through these ideas. Because I've worked with small businesses for well over 8 years now, and consistently I find the challenge is that when it comes to setting a sales target, no one takes genuine ownership or responsibility for that target. So in this short video, I'm going to share a few ideas with you. They're going to change the way you think about specifically accountability for sales. When a sales target is set, it is not negotiable. The time to negotiate a sales target is when you're going through the process of setting it and establishing what it could be. But once the sales target is set, all attention, focus and energy should be directed at achieving the target, not negotiating it or resetting it. There's only 2 reasons why you don't make a sale. You don't make a sale because the customer or prospect in front of you does not have a good match for your product or service, or sometimes just at that particular moment. Or you failed to persuade them that your product or service was actually the right one. Now, when you understand that that's the only 2 reasons you can't make a sale, it also opens up the idea that you are 100% responsible for the results you get with selling. So where do those results come from? They come from 3 things. They come firstly from activity, i.e. the number of calls you make, the number of meetings you hold, the number of touch points you have in your sales process with your prospects or your customers. Secondly, they come from the approach that you take, i.e. the way you go about selling, the processes, the documents, the conversations and the structure of them that give your customer the best opportunity to buy. Now, both of these things, activity and approach, are infinitely measurable if you can actually be bothered to do it. And that measurement reveals to you what's working and what's not working, so that you can then implement some of the tactical fixes and changes you need. However, if you want to genuinely break through how you go about selling, then you need to look at the 3rd thing, which is your attitude. Now, by attitude, I don't mean your positive or negative mindset, all that nonsense. Your attitude is the way you look at the role of selling and the way you therefore go about and show up in the role of selling. That attitude, once changed, is the single biggest leverage point to punching forward and achieving sales targets. So how do you go about creating change at that level? Well, I've got one big idea for you. Next month, I'm going to be running a series of 1-day briefings called Predictable Sales Growth. And in those 1-day briefings, I'm going to change the way you think about and relate to the activity of selling, as well as giving you a whole bunch of tactics that can help you immediately boost your results. Now, I'm limiting these 1-day briefings to just 10 people in the room at a time, purely because I want to be able to give people some one-to-one time as well, if that's what they need. Those of you that have worked with me before will know that it only takes one thing, one shift or one insight for everything to change about this particular subject. So if you click on the link below, you can book your place for just £100 plus VAT, which I think you'll agree is ridiculously cheap. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you there and sharing some ideas that are just literally going to change the rules of the game for you.